Hello and welcome to another episode of Goa 365's Story Behind the Story. Now in this program we have been taking up a lot of issues, and we have taken up and we will continue to take up issues that are affecting Goa, Goans and Goan society. Now one of the things that we have been seeing on a regular basis are accidents. Accidents are happening, minor ones, major ones, fatal accidents, huge number of accidents, and the statistics also show. Now, the thing has really sort of hit the roof, the headlines, and in either TV channels as well as on newspapers after the recent accident at Banastari. Before that, a few months back, there was an accident on the bridge. There was a issue, noise, and then it died down. Now Banastari, everything is noise, and I don't know, looks like it will die down. However, I personally feel that there have been no lessons learned from the large number of accidents that are happening almost on a daily basis. But what is happening is a question of passing the buck. The minister says fine should not be given because the roads are bad. Roads are bad, the minister says it is the rains. The police say it is the RTO says it is the police. So there is passing of the buck, and accidents keep on happening and people keep on dying, and two-wheelers and four-wheeler riders and drivers continue to ride and drive like maniacs on our Goan roads. So to discuss this issue at length, I have a very senior panel with me who I will introduce. Mahesh Bab Gamkar, a very senior journalist. Mahesh Bab, welcome. Sorted D'Souza, a member of Civic Society Today, once upon a time a journalist. I started my career with him many years back. Sorted Bab, welcome to our show. Advocate Siddharth Bab Saman, Siddharth Bab, welcome to our show. He will give us a legal perspective on what. And last but not the least, Bosco Bab George, the first. He has come on the show before, but he's the first, and I don't know if he's going to be the last DGP of Goan origin in Goa. Bosco Bab, welcome to our show. Mahesh Bab, आमका general एक दी accident में किती चलता ते general starting with Banastari and going back to whatever.
रोड ॲक्सिडेंट वाढते रोड ॲक्सिडेंट न्ही हो एक असो गंभीर असो प्रश्न आसा सध्या समाजासमोर. हांव हो प्रश्न न्ही गार्बेज इश्यू, ग्लोबल वॉर्मिंग, वॉटर पोल्युशन ह्या समस्येक जोडटा. कित्याक दिस इज रिलेटेड टू लायफ ऑफ द पीपल. सगळ्या जनतेचो जिवन मरणाचो प्रश्न आसा. आनी गोंय सारक्या राज्यान सध्या जे एक्सिडेंट वाडटा पळय हे खरेंच चिंताजनक अशी गोष्ट आसा. आनी हेजेर एक ऑथेंटीक अशें सोल्युशन आनी हाव टू कप दीज एक्सिडेंट आनी लोकांचे जे बळी वयता पळय ते कशे कमी करपाक जाय हाचेर बरेच वर्कआउट करून गव्हर्मेंटान म्हण आनी सगळे जे ह्या हितून स्पेशलायज आसा पर्सन तेंच्यांनी खंय तरी कॉन्क्लुजन काडपाचें अशें म्हाका दिसता. आतां सध्या जे वाडटे अपघात आसा हे सध्या गोंय सारक्या राज्याक चिंताजनक आसा. उत्तर प्रदेश इज लिडींग इन एज फार एज एक्सिडेंट केसीस आर कन्सर्न. आनी आमचे राज्य बारीक असले तरी दिसाक एक फॅटल एक्सिडेंट बळी वयता, नाहक बळी वयता. वेगवेगळी कारणां आसा. आतां ही कारणां कशी आमी कंट्रोल करतले आनी तेचें सोल्युशन कशें फायंड आवट करतले हो सरकारचो त्याच प्रमाणे आमी तितकेच जबाबदार आसा. आतां ते कशें करतले, एक्सिडेंट कमी कशें करतले, तर मेन म्हणजे आमची मेंटॅलिटी ऑफ द पीपल इज मोस्ट कन्सर्न अशें म्हाका दिसता. लोकांची जी वृत्ती, मानसीक वृत्ती आसा ती बदलपाक जाय. इन्फ्रास्ट्रक्चर आमच्या गोंयान एज फार एज रोड्स आर कन्सर्न बऱ्यापैकी आसा. आतां पावसाक लागून मुसळधार पावस पडलो, खड्डे, तेका सोल्युशन ना. दॅट सोल्युशन कॅन बी सॉर्टेड आउट. हे समस्या आसा त्यो. पण आमी मानसीक दृश्टी आमी कशें वागप, गाडी कशी चलोवप हे जेन्ना आमी आमच्या पासून स्वता पासून स्टार्ट करतले न्ही तेन्नाच हो प्रश्न सुट्टलो. म्हणजे टू सर्टन एक्सटेंट कमी जातले एक्सिडेंट अशें म्हाका दिसता. दुसरो हाजेर सोल्युशन काडटलो न्ही जाल्यार कायदो कडक आसपाक जाय. कायदे आसा भारतात वेगवेगळ्या क्षेत्रांत गुन्हो करतो कायदो आसा. पण तेका पळवाटय बरें आसा आनी हाजेर आमच्या बरोबर सामान दोतोर आसा ते तुमकां सांगतले. पण एक्सिडेंट केलो, दोग चौग जाणांक चिड्डून मारले. आतां फॉर एग्जाम्पल रिसेंट एग्जाम्पल घ्या बाणस्तारीचे. रीच पार्टी तांकां दिसता कितें आमी ड्रायव्ह केले, कोणूय चिड्डून गेले, आमी पयशाच्या बळार सेफ जावंक शकता. आनी आमच्या कायद्यान न्ही तुमी दोगांक मारा, तिगांक मारा, कितें मारा, बेल आवट जाता विथीन नो टायम. म्हणजे हांगा कितें गरिबांनी फुकट मारपाचें. तूं सेफ गाडी चलय, फाटल्यान हाडटा तुका ठोकता. गरीबांतलो गरीब कोणूय असो, तो श्रीमंत सुद्दां असो, जाणटो असो, विनाकारण मारता. हाजेर कितें तरी एक्सिडेंट कमी करतले आनी कितें तेजेर हें करतले न्ही जाल्यार कायदोय कडक आसपाक जाय अशें दिसता. ताका लायफ इम्प्रिजनमेंट मेळपाक जाय. तेजें लायसन आसा न्ही ते लायफ टायम बॅन करपाक जाय अशें कितें तरी कडक कायदे. आतां रिसेंटली अपडेट केले कायदे सेंट्रल गव्हर्मेंटान, पण ती फक्त फायन भरपाक मेनी पीपल आर रेडी. दी म्हणटा तूं तालांव. हें चेंज जावपाक जाय. हो एक मुद्दो जालो. आनी हे कंट्रोल करतलो न्ही जाल्यार सरकारान एक कितें तरी सारकी सिरियस कमिटी स्थापन करपाक जाय. आनी ते कमिटीन डे टू डे मिन्स वॉच दवरपाक जाय आनी मंथली रिपोर्ट करून वॉट वी कॅन डू, वॉट सोल्युशन वी कॅन फायंड आउट आनी कशे तरेन एक्सिडेंट कमी करपाक शक्य आसा ते सांगपाक जाय. फक्त रस्त्यार तालाव दिले, गरिबांचो छळ केलो. तालाव कोणाक? हे सर्वसामान्यांक आसा. आतां म्हाज्या सारको म्हण, तुज्या सारको म्हण VIP आसलो न्ही, फोन मारता. हांगा खंय इंटरफियरन्स न्ही आसपाक जायना. लॉ शूड बी इक्वल टू ऑल. हें धोरण जेन्ना जातलें तेन्नाच आमी एक्सिडेंट आसा न्ही ते कमी करूंक शकतले. आनी आमच्या सारक्या ल्हान राज्यांत इतके एक्सिडेंट हो सिरियस इश्यू आसा आनी तो सरकारान गंभीरतेन घेवचो आनी तेजेर फुडें वर्कआउट करून सोल्युशन फायंड आउट करपाक कामाक लागचें अशें दिसता.
थँक्स महेश बाब. सोडर बाब, आता तुम्ही पळयला यू हॅव सीन एंड आमी लायक वेन आय वॉज इन नावेडन आमी हेराल्डान आशिल्ले तेन्ना तुमचे कडेन उलयल्ले ते अबाउट द अर्बन transport system, all those things we have put about the public transport system. But from that time now, I think 10-15 years, anything has happened, and generally about these accidents, anything has happened, any movement on that except broader road, better cars, more cars, sort of.
See, what happens is the word accident, okay, I think it's playing down the seriousness, the gravity of what is actually happening. Okay, and I think now Supreme Court has also come hard in one Kerala case or something that is recently reported by the papers, that this is actually homicide sometimes not amounting to murder. Okay, because I think over generations, okay, the law enforcing authorities know that there are certain consequences for certain behaviors on the road. Okay, and therefore the rules are framed. Okay. And if you don't follow these rules, there can only be chaos. Okay, as Mahesh Babu was saying, okay, beginning, I think the responsibility starts with the people. The problem is the press and everybody is blaming the police, blaming the government. I think the focus needs to come on each individual. When I am using a machine, okay, there are certain preventive behaviors that come along, whether I'm using a lathe machine or I'm using some other drill machine or this thing. The same way, when I'm using a motor vehicle, okay, there are certain responsibilities that I as a user of this particular thing have to take. And that's the whole thing of seat belts, and this is not something that the market is throwing on us. Okay, because these eventualities over history people have experienced this, and therefore these safeguards have come. And I have a responsibility that when I'm using anything, any gadget even, that I use it responsibly. Even this goes for social media or anything. I think that responsibility has collapsed today in society. Okay, having worked in drug addiction and all, and having a lot of experience in this field also, alcoholism and everything, I think today what I have also written about it, okay, the way people are driving on the roads, okay, has to be also seen with the rising other crimes against women, against children, and all these things. There is a antisocial personality disorders, what you call, which are now being normalized. Okay. So I believe my way true. If I don't believe my way, I will not reach my destiny. So I also learn the skills of bullying. Okay. So other people are bullying on the roads. Okay. So I forget my safe practices. Okay. I start also bullying, learning how the skills, this thing, I start saying, because I have to reach my end, others I'll be there only. This is the mentality of some people. It's a contagious disease also, because you're forced, if you have to survive in this, you're forced to learn these skills to survive, otherwise you will disappear. As Mahesh Babu was saying, someone will bang you from the other side, or you'll be thrown in the gutter, and this happens with two-wheelers. Another thing is, money and power basically has brought a sense of entitlement in people. Okay, I have a big car, so everyone the cyclist and the two-wheeler is like dirt before me. He's an obstruction to my speed. Okay, and in the fact there are no dedicated lanes. Okay, there are no dedicated lanes. The two-wheelers who are vulnerable and the pedestrians, since there are no footpaths. Okay, pedestrians are forced by this government or whoever is responsible. Okay, to walk on the roads. Okay, thereby actually, if anything happens to a pedestrian who is forced because there is no footpath, okay, the equal culpability lies on the government. They are forcing people into fatalities basically. What do I do? Now in Porvorim, if you see from a stretch from Holy Family School right up to the Porvorim tank, okay, they have widened the road, means the surface, tarred surface, from this end of the this thing to this end, and they have kept no space for people to walk. Okay, so people are now, how do I access my church? How do I access my shops, supermarkets, or anything? How do I cross over to meet my relatives? It's a highway passing through a village. Okay, one brother stayed beside, one brother stayed beside, one sister stayed there. Okay, I have to go 2 kilometers all the way now. If I have to find a crossing to go to my brother who stays opposite me across the highway. Okay, so all these factors, thereby people just shortcut, jump over the meridians, jump over this thing, because there is absolutely chaotic planning in the first place. Okay, and then this civil responsibility of citizens is totally today, it's the whole thing of blaming the government, politicians, and blaming the police. Okay, for me, more the police means it's a sign that society is broken up. Okay, and abroad, in many countries like Norway and all, when people see police on the road, they get angry because they are not used to that. Every citizen takes the responsibility. Okay, so here no, here we want more police. That shows we are not responsible as citizens. Okay, so and then the whole thing of corruption, and now the whole thing has come that we are talking about tourists and all. You see, the context come from Delhi. So if he meets with an accident here, instead of calling up someone here first, the first phone goes to Delhi. Can be to PMO's office or Home Minister's office also, and then it will come to DGP here. Hamara आदमी को ये हुआ. I don't know, Mr. Bosco George may know well. Okay, and then the subordinates are instructed, unko mat ye karo. Okay, this has come to the level of this thing. So they know that they have total immunity against the law here. Goa ka log na, unko pistol दिखाए तो Goa का लोग भाग जाएगा. So pistol is kept on the dashboard. You see. So this whole basically this culture is existing in certain states, and this culture now with tourism and migration has come here. You see, people have not come here and taken. See, we go abroad and we learn that culture and we mix around there. Here no, here people are coming with their culture and imposing it on us. So from Susegat culture we have become a rowdy culture now, and we are not. We don't feel it. We are slowly it's becoming normalized, and that is what is worrying me.
Okay. Philosophical we went. Doctor, now we bring it back to hard facts. I feel just one thing before you. I feel that possibly, I don't know about the police and the policing. Everybody is asking for more. I feel we have too many police. I'm sure Bosco Babu will disagree. But I feel the problem is the implementation. One second, conviction. Police are not trained, and lawyers, APPs and all. I don't know why they become APPs, probably so that they can move further. Sorry, Dutor. But they don't know how to present the case. So half of 80% of convicts, even in heinous crimes, run away. I mean, escape. I don't know who's at fault. But that is absolutely my take on it. Dutor, I would like you to bring you down to hard facts. Maybe you can incorporate a little bit of the philosophical and that's what's order as a Dutor, Bab, tell.
द प्रॉब्लम तर आम्ही आता बऱ्या तरेन एनालायज केला. वी नो वॉट द प्रॉब्लम इज. नाव सोल्युशन, द सोल्युशन कूड बी as simple as good roads without any potholes so that there are less accidents. स्वताच पडून पडटात आणि खंय वेडी वाकडी वळणां आसात खंय ते नासतना जर स्ट्रेट रोड केले तर एटलीस्ट दोज पार्ट ऑफ द एक्सिडंट्स विल बी टेकन केअर ऑफ. प्रॉपर सायन बोर्ड्स, दीस इज वन एस्पेक्ट ऑफ द मॅटर. देन ट्रॅफिक लॉस, इफ कंपल्शन म्हणजे वेळोवेळी जर लोकांक थांबयले बाबा हेल्मेट खंय तुजें हे जरी केले तरी फेटल एक्सिडंट्स कॅन बी स्टॉप. Now regular checking, alcohol, most of these people who have met with an accident have been loaded with alcohol most of the time. So this आता now talks are कोण स्टेटमेंट काडटा मिनिस्टर किंवा सेईंग दॅट आता आमी चेक करतले, बार्राच्या भायरूच पुलीस दवरतले आणि कितें. सो तुमी दवरा, ताच्या बद्दल काय प्रश्न ना. बट इट हॅड टू टेक लाइव्स ऑफ 5 people टू कम अप विथ अ सजेशन लायक दीस. आय डोंट नो, आय डोंट नो. म्हणजे बारांनी भितरच रावपाचें लोकांक. आय एम नो बट सी द टेस्टिंग ऑफ अल्कोहॉल ऑफ द पीपल हू आर ड्रायव्हिंग द व्हेकल इज अ सर्टनली अ वेलकम स्टेट. तू बारान वता, तू तुजो ड्रायव्हर घेवन यो. That's not a point. See, testing of alcohol is a step which is welcome. You do wherever you want. But what I'm saying is, if these things are thoroughly implemented, certainly the fatalities will come down. Other things which they have said that yes, some things have come as a part of our culture from what we were a disciplined, organized and a law-abiding citizen have been go by. I mean, there is a people have changed. That rowdy, this as he said, it has become a part of a person of normal. I mean, general people. That's a sad thing which is happening. But at least these things which government can do, because these things can't be implemented by citizens. Checking of an alcohol can't be done by citizens. Implementation, you can't stop somebody and as a common citizen I cannot stop people from where is your helmet, I cannot do that. So at least these things if it is done, because ultimately see, implementation, whose job is it certainly is that of a responsibility. Primary is mine. I should have a driving license. If I don't have a driving license, don't drive. Certainly point taken. But then if somebody is doing that, let's say first step zalo, second step, if somebody does that, what do you do? Then the responsibility of law enforcement authority, तांच्यानी फुडें येवन हे काम करपाक जाय. म्हाका दिसना हे काम. See, I do not want to pinpoint a particular organization, be it police, be it traffic, be it government, but these things which are required to be done by the authorities, according to me, are not done to an extent which is required. I think if these things are done to lot an extent, these accidents can be reduced. Then let us come to those Banastari and other things a little later. But at least as a general philosophy, lane driving, speedometers. Now you see speedometers everywhere, everything is published that on this particular road speed limit is 50. People are driving at least double the speed. You take that University Road, or you take this Atal Setu, or even the other road where speed limit is 70. लोक 120, 130 या स्पीडीचेर ड्राइव करतात. आता बाणस्तानी एक्सिडेंट जालो. What was the speed? You see, the speed was at least double than what was prescribed there. Correct. So therefore, now these speedometers आणि कोण आम्ही तालाव घरा धाडटले म्हणतात ते कितल्याशा लोकांचे धाडल्यात, कांयच वचूना इतले. फॉर नेम सेक आय थिंक few challans must have generated. Those systems which has been installed is, I don't think so it is effectively working. If it was
not working effectively, why? It's not working. 2 days it started. It's not working. I'll tell you
Correct.
the reasons also after Bosco of space.
Yeah.
How it can go automatic?
So yes, correct. So आणि एक nice point was raised that punishment has to be strict and punishment has to be harsh. More than punishment has to be strict and more than punishment has to be harsh, it has to be delivered. See, question is not whether 5 years in jail or 2 years in jail or 10 years in jail. even if you give 1 year in jail and if people are sure, अरे बाबा हे केल्यार हांव भितर पडटा म्हणून, they will never do it.
Yes.
That's the
Totally.
problem.
Yes.
See, it's not you make it just by increasing your punishment for rash and negligent act from say 3 months to 6 months or 2 years to 10 years. It is not going to solve. What is going to make difference is quick trial and fast judgment.
Absolutely.
That is going to make the
Absolutely. See, because Indians, when they go, Goans, Indians everywhere, when they go abroad, all of us have been, when they go, they follow the rules. Here you will find them pissing on the road, spitting on the road, driving like men. Lane driving, people don't know what is lane driving. And you ask them, they'll tell me, what are you saying? One guy I asked, I said, which RTO officer you have bribed and got your license that you're cutting across the lanes? Sorry, Bosco. Yeah. Now you tell us from the policing part, because now whatever it is, that fear factor is from the man in khaki, as they say. But there seems to be no fear of the law in Goa. Is that a fact? What you've seen? Except few cops like you. I've seen you in action on the roads also. Yeah.
No. Well, Glenn, unfortunately, you see, we have not been able to keep up the pace with what has been happening. Our traffic, I mean, the roads have expanded, the speeds are there, the education of the people, like you rightly said, it's regarding lane driving. Absolutely zero.
Yeah.
Don't you think we need to send all these fellows who got these traffic this thing, especially if they are going to drive on those massive highways, they need to know it's blatant.
They
And
don't
they
know.
think yeah.
They don't know. That's the worst part.
That's the worst part. Then after, other thing is those who are entering, who has the right of way?
Right of way.
They don't. I mean, and on top he look at you and say, "Arey, what are you doing?"
action.
This people need to be, who have got a license, have to be re-educated. Now that is going to be a very long thing. But my one simple thing is, I think the last time we started something called the traffic sentinel.
Yes.
Okay. I'm not saying it may have some
Flaws.
loopholes, flaws. Rectify, introduce it.
I totally agree with you.
Introduce
Absolutely.
it and introduce it not on all the things. Only on few things, introduce it immediately. I'm sure the traffic this thing will come. Nowadays, as a retired officer, I regularly go to reach my wife to school. And when I am entering the school, I can see parents coming with their daughters, double seat, no helmets.
Yeah.
And I ask my wife, can't you all do something? No.
But parents don't seem to be bothered. Their kids are going to get affected when they fall.
Then when something happens,
Then they.
blame the police, blame everybody except
Myself.
yourself. So my this thing is introduce that traffic sentinel on an immediate basis, because see, it's happening over there. Like Mahesh Babu had said, the number of deaths through murders and all is half
Less than half.
then as compared to the number of deaths
Road accidents.
and this thing. But we have made no issue about it. Very cool. ठीक है. He's died, he's gone. But a murder takes place, the entire Goa is up in flames.
And sex scandal even more.
But look at the disparity. I mean, there is no sense of
365 makes an
proportion.
issue. Huh?
No, I'm just saying. No, thanks for at least.
Yeah.
What I'm saying is the disproportion
Yeah.
in the
I agree.
priority on
agree.
what is happening over there. Look at the tourism part of Goa. When we started our careers, Panjim used to be, I started by 8 o'clock dead.
7 o'clock, 7 dead.
We have
Mapsa
still,
also.
we have still today that same Panji police station. Okay, I wish there were 3 more police stations, or at least traffic cells. What is happening?
There's no traffic sign in Bangalore today.
And there
It
is
is shifted.
It's gone to Santa. There is no
Gone
traffic
to
Santa
sign in
Cruz.
Bangalore. It's gone to Santa
there
Cruz.
is a-
Shifted it.
No,
This
what
is
I'm
one
saying
small
is we
outpost.
need this thing. But you want to have a nightlife, then have the nightlife. Please also build up this
the
infrastructure
night police.
of the police. You want that same police to be morning, evening, after.
Not
I mean, it's
They
simply
also- yes.
disproportionate.
Not possible.
And expecting all these solutions immediate, no. One of the thing is implement this thing of this sentinel in all these tourist places. Like this, another thing is what is
Alco
it? Now, Alco, I really don't know what is the idea behind having it near the bars or what. I don't know. I don't know what's
I
the
don't think
logic.
anybody knows.
No,
except
now
the minister.
see, just if I may intervene,
Okay.
having it near the bars is a thing. Now in every gully, I'll show in Purvari, people are parking their cars and they are drinking inside their cars. Okay, on the bikes, 2-3 guys are sitting in the bike, they
Yeah,
are
it's
drinking
not only
alcohol.
everywhere. Okay,
So
guys,
where-
I need to take a break, and we will be. We need to. See, I have an issue. Why the Sentinel thing was? I have a theory, hypothesis. Probably it's all fiction, but I will put it forward after the break. Keep watching Goa 365.